Now let's take you to some Superbike racing. These guys make it look so beautiful until tragedy strikes. You can't bump, you can't touch at all in this form of racing, and as you see, the most important thing is that rider getting out of the way. Here it is again, both riders going for the corner. Bike number 120 gets an elbow in, tries to lean on him a little bit, and pays the price. Now the rider on bike number 48 did a fantastic job riding against the barrier, but boy, I tell you what, he's going to pay the price. Here's another great example of poetry in motion. Superbikes are a beautiful thing to watch, and it's a clean running sport until you go down. At speeds approaching 100 miles an hour going into the corners, once one rider goes, if anybody's near him, he's going to take a friend along with him. And here you see one rider going off, and you'll see the other rider in the bottom of the picture come through, and he'll slide right in front of us. It's very typical in road racing. If one goes down in a corner, he's gonna take somebody with him, and sometimes maybe two. Motorcycle road racing reaches the highest speeds, and here on the banks, they really get it on. When they come off the banks, they brake very hard to go into the S's. These riders have it all under control. If you can't brake, you gotta bail out, and this is what happens. Thank God for grass and hay bales. Here it is again, riders coming very hard into the corner. Rider obviously realizing he's not going to make it, bails it off into the grass. A great safety precaution, and as you know, for anybody who rides motorcycles on the street or on the dirt, everybody you see here is in full protective gear, and this is a great reason why they wear it. Well, when you take an auto racing super speedway like Charlotte Motor Speedway and put motorcycles on them, things can get real wild and real quick. Right off the start, we lose a slew of them on the grass. Here's what we talked about earlier. One mistake, and you're taking out a ton of people. One rider looks like he's a little bit hurt, but he's going to get back up. The medical people will be over to him very shortly. These road racers take great precaution in how they ride. Here you see a red flag being displayed. Course worker letting everybody know there is going to be a restart. Now let's watch it again. The rider on the inside of the grass tried to make a good move. If it hadn't been for the rider on his outside, everything would have been okay. But it got too close too quick, and this is the end result. Let's look at it one more time. Here they come. Now there you see him in the middle of your screen on the red bike. It's the guy on the white bike who's going to cause the problem. He is on the grass and realizes he's got to get back on the pavement. As soon as he gets on the pavement, he runs into the rider riding the red bike, and everybody goes down like a bowling alley. Road racing is very, very unforgiving. Now here's a couple of riders just going through the S's, going through the corners very, very hard, dragging a knee. And here you see what happens when things just don't go right. Through the bank turns, rider loses control of the motorcycle and puts it into the wall. And as you see, the other riders hold their hands up, they know what's going on, and the red flag comes out immediately, and the safety crew goes to work. Now we'll take a look at some other starts on the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Now here the same thing happens. Riders going through on the inside cause a problem, but this time one rider goes down on the track. Nobody gets to the grass except to ride through the grass, and there's no real problem other than the pride of this racer. Now obviously he's a little bit shaken up. The course workers will go take a look at him, make sure everything's okay. Now we get back to the poetry in motion, and the red flag comes out. So they will restart this one as well. Let's take a look at it again in slow motion. A lot different start than last time. One rider involved, and you can see him right there. It seems to be the edge of the grass is where all the problems are starting. But this time, riders are well aware of the situation and able to apply the brakes. And as you see, two riders go down, but everybody's going to be able to get back up and get into the motor race. The The start of a road race is so important, it's so calculated, and one mistake, like we said, can cause a problem. Now we take a look at some of the heroes of the sport, and even they make mistakes every once in a while too. Here comes a beautiful turn, hits a bump in the pavement and goes down. Yellow flags will come out as the corner workers try to slow the rest of the riders down. Let's take another look at this. He's beautifully set up here. He's on the brakes. Now he rolls back on the throttle, shifts his weight, and he cuts too close to the inside. There's the safety precaution bump. He hits it and slides it out.